Yo, I'm gonna start over. What's up? This video, this documentation isn't for nobody. I'm not doing this to like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just assuming that it's possibly like somebody that might be going through the same thing as me, or I don't know. But on June 14th, I got divorced. I'm a Muslim. We were married for 2 years. We were together for 6 years. We got married when we were 22. Yeah. Since that day, she initiated a divorce. I didn't want to get divorced. I had plenty of chances to fix myself, to fix the issue. Clearly I didn't, because I'm in the position I'm in now, or I waited too long to try to. And you know, I still think it's a possibility that we can get married one day again. And I don't like using the words one day, because one day is so like vague to me. It gives like any possibility of time. It could be a year or 2 years, and I don't like that. The person that I was married to, we were together since we were 18, so you know, over time you grow close to a person, super close, to the point where y'all kind of look at each other, you know, obviously y'all best friends, y'all lovers, y'all, you know, eventually married, and but you kind of gravitate to these to a person as like your thing, you know, something that you know that's yours. And I feel like from a man's perspective, whether you're on the right end of the divorce or you're on the opposite end, whether you're the cause or you're not the cause, I should say, it still hurts. It's not easy. You still don't want that person to be with anybody, whether you weren't like that when, you know, you wasn't showing that. You were doing the complete opposite. And I told myself on June 14th that I was going to commit to, you know, being a better person, not only to, you know, get married to her again, however, because I continue to put myself in positions that I don't like being in. And that's not just with whether with a relationship, but it's period. I've had plenty of opportunities outside of just that topic, but I've had plenty of opportunities, plenty of chances. I've had so many chances, so many opportunities to do right. I was put in so many positions and situations and scenarios to have everything that I wanted. And no, it's a motorcycle. I was saying, I've been put in those situations. I've been blessed enough by Allah to have these opportunities, and I continue to waste them, or to put myself back in the position that I once didn't want to be in. And I feel like that all starts with me. I'm pretty sure it's other people that's just like that. You know, you want out of something and you want better, and then you get the better, and then you get comfortable, you get complacent, and you just forget that you wanted this. And it's terrible. It's a terrible feeling. And I feel like where I draw the line is at that moment when I was divorced from the person that brought me out of that position, the person that, you know, that was a very, very, very strong influence into me becoming Muslim, to me practicing all the time. You know, we were married, obviously that's gonna be there, but you know, she's like, you know, so I don't know. At first, I was logging every single day, and of like, of us being, divorced and how I felt. Just trying to like hold my emotions, nights when it get quiet at night when we about to go to sleep and realize the apartment that our first place that we moved into after we moved out my mom's house is empty. It's no more home cooked meals. It's no more any of that. Outside of being divorced, we talked every day. We still got on the phone. We still, look out for each other, all that other stuff. This Sunday would make it 21 days, if I'm not mistaken. Her birthday is on Thursday, on the 2nd. We talked about her hairstyle. She asked me questions, all that different type of stuff. And, like, we're still cool. But we had a conversation today, and, I had like a goal, and which I feel like was selfish, that he kind of brought onto me, is that, and I already had it in my head that it was, selfish, but I had like a goal, like a time frame of when we should get married again. In Islam, if it's your first divorce and your wife initiated a divorce, if you guys were to marry again, you have to wait 3 menstrual cycles. So I had like that time frame in my head, and she told me, like, felt like it was selfish of me, and I know the type of woman she is. She's a religious woman. She's very religious, so she's not the typical girl that's gonna, go out and, be like, oh, I'm single now and this time, she's not that type of person at all. She never was. But giving her that space, it's always been hard for me, especially in times where space was needed. I kind of tried to practice it at times, but it's hard when you used to waking up to somebody every single day. You're used to seeing them when you want to see them. They want to see you. Y'all did first things together. Y'all got on a plane and took your first trip together as adults. Y'all went on out the country for the first time together. Y'all visited cities. Y'all did things. Y'all tasted foods. Y'all did these types. Y'all accomplished goals together, and I took advantage of it. Took advantage of a lot of it. Yeah, man. I just have a lot, with me. So, like I said, yeah, it's to get back with my ex-wife. However, I'm just tired of putting myself in these situations where I get complacent, I get too comfortable, and ultimately I wind up effing up. So, yeah. Kind of just going to be, I guess, I'm going to try to, take my time and go through this whole thing, and hopefully I'm talking to somebody who's going through the same thing, who have went through it before, whether it's divorce or whether it's, just trying to better yourself, trying to figure it out, being a man, or being faithful, or not lying to yourself, and being completely honest, and all of these different type of things that that we all discover at different points in our life, things that we discover when we're 40, when we're 30, things you might discover early on, but we all discover and figure out things at different points in our life, and I still got some maturing to do. So, and like I said, I'm just tired of putting myself in situations that I don't want to be in. So, yeah. Inshallah, I get to talk to y'all again.